For those that own XRP, this is actually taking place. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Nick, my name. It is my aim that by the time you reach the conclusion of this video, those of you who are new to the channel will have subscribed to the channel. For those of you who are watching, I strongly encourage you to scroll down to the description below and follow me on all of my social media platforms so that you are never left behind. In addition, the best way to ensure that you are definitely dominating the cycle and making a significant amount of money is to sign up for the free Discord right away. To begin with, taking all of that into consideration, let's talk about a few things. First and foremost, the most significant change that is taking place in the regulatory side of things is the most significant item that I am keeping an eye out for and the most significant thing that we are observing right now. To clarify, this has nothing to do with the Securities and Exchange Commission seat, nor does it have anything to do with politics. There is something that is taking place that is really interesting. In addition, I am convinced that this will hasten the process of everything, alter the timeline, and alter everything that is taking place in the vicinity of the space. We simply need to have a conversation about it. At this point, let's begin with the most current news, which I did mention in a video that I uploaded not too long ago. Nevertheless, I would like to bring it up again for those individuals who did not watch that video. The Securities and Exchange Commission CC has finally conceded defeat against alternative cryptocurrencies. The names Solana, ADA, Polygon, and a few others are included in this list. To be honest, I think it was somewhere around 10 tokens. In a nutshell, they are retreating, which is something that I find to be quite intriguing. It is important to keep in mind that this comes at a time when, for example, we have just heard President Trump speak at a Bitcoin conference on Saturday, and everyone is looking at this and asking, is this political? Similar to what is taking place here. So what exactly is going on here? Exactly. In addition, even over here, we have a great deal of evidence that Judge Torres is incorrect. It is now even Gary Gensler who is scrambling to backpedal his nonsense. And if you guys did miss it, a lot of people were talking about how the judgment that the Judge Torres made regarding XRP was incorrect, and that XRP is still considered a security, and that all of these coins are still considered to be security. The token itself is not a security nevertheless. The manner in which it is packaged and sold may be considered a security. The law that Gensler does not demonstrate any loyal allegiance to is that law. In addition, when we take a closer look at the current situation, we can see that Gary Gensler is failing to deliver, but it is not Gary Gensler who is failing. This is something that I have discussed on a number of occasions. My own personal opinion is that all of this is part of a larger plan. I am of the opinion that everything that we are currently experiencing is a staged event. It is generally accepted that Gary Gensler and the Securities and Exchange Commission are taking a slight step back on this matter due to political considerations or whatever the case may be, right? In the same way that we have evidence from Johnny Deaton over here, here is additional proof why Gary Gensler need to retire immediately. When it came to the Ripple issue, I was compelled to file a motion to intervene and bring a lawsuit against the SEC governor in order to safeguard everyday investors. I contended that Gensler and the SEC were in violation of 76 years of recognized procedure in that particular matter. Legal precedents, etc. To put it another way, the assertions were not supported by the law in any direction. The SEC perpetrated a personal attack against me and lied to the court. In the end, the judge, who had been a longtime Democrat and had been selected by President Obama, agreed with me and the 75,000 people I represented. After leading retail investors to suffer damages of billions of dollars, Gensler's Securities and Exchange Commission is now retracting some of its ridiculous allegations. Under the oath, Gensler lied while Elizabeth Warren was in charge of the situation. Gensler has indicated on multiple occasions that if the rules were so explicit, then why are his lawyers attempting to back out of those very plain regulations? Brad Garlinghouse has pointed out this concern on multiple occasions. And here we actually have Brad Garlinghouse calling out the hypocrisy of the Securities and Exchange Commission saying, listen, Chair Gensler testifies the rules are clear, yet his EC can't figure them out and applies them haphazardly, which is causing more confusion in the industry, a political agenda, or litigation tactics that are not in good faith without a doubt. This is not a legal allegiance that is faithful. To answer your question, yeah, this is a really significant call out on what is actually taking place here because it is a significant problem. Again, everyone is looking at the explanation, which is politics at this point. That's the straightforward response, isn't it? The judge in Binance established a higher hurdle for showing that Howey was satisfied with regard to secondary transactions. This is in comparison to the judge who presided over the case involving Coinbase. It appears that the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has made the decision to renounce their unlimited legal theories in front of a court who is suspicious Jackson. However, they will continue to pursue those claims in front of a judge who is inclined to agree with them. Indeed, this is a failure. The fact that these enforcement efforts are about lawfare rather than the role of law is confirmed by the antics that have been taking place. In other words, when we take a closer look at what is taking place here, can we say that it is political? So what exactly is going on with this whole agenda that the Securities and Exchange Commission is pushing? Is this merely an anti-crypto push, or is there something more going on here? As a matter of fact, I have produced videos on several times in which I discuss how everything has been pre-planned, and I really believe that this is the case. But even more lately, it has been being a major focus agenda around politicians, particularly presidential elects, really kind of pushing the pro-crypto narrative because they want to attract people. This is because they want to get votes. Even in our part of the country, we have a new senator from Tennessee, according to Hagerty. Kamala Harris's crypto approach is weighed down by the things that have occurred in the past. I inquired about his thoughts on the so-called crypto reset that the vice president had implemented and whether or not it may be beneficial to her campaign. He stated that it should not come as a surprise that Kamala Harris, after witnessing the huge success that President Trump had at Bitcoin Nashville, is, as she has been on many other subjects, making a desperate last-minute 180-degree twist to appear to be in favor of cryptocurrency. It is unfortunate for her that what is possible is weighed down by what has already been. Over the course of 3.5 years, the administration of Biden and Harris has implemented policies that are egregiously anti-crypto and anti-innovation. Because the crypto community, which shares the ideals of the Republican Party, which are freedom and innovation, is able to see right through this, we witnessed such a large number of people showing their support for President Trump at Bitcoin Nashville 2024. However, there is no last-ditch effort that Kamala Harris can make that will change the fact that the Republican Party is the party of crypto. Currently, I am curious as to whether or not there is a significant political issue concerning the legislation of cryptocurrencies, completely. An anti-crypto campaign has been going on from the Democratic Party. Nevertheless, the reason I have consistently asserted that all of this is pre-planned is because take a look at all of the happenings surrounding Ripple and XRP, beginning with the lawsuit and continuing forth. The only things that have happened are growth and expansion. At this point, it is very clear that there has been some form of suppression. Certainly, I do believe that was a significant occurrence that caused a shakeout. In addition, I believe that it was a significant event that will actually slow down innovation and slow down the industry so that the infrastructure can be placed in, as well as so that major players such as BlackRock and Fidelity and all of these big, traditional finance guys can finally get into the space and ultimately try to take as much control over it as possible, which is working for the most part, as I've always said. In addition to this, Mika is currently live, and we are also discussing the most recent remarks made by the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. When it comes to crypto legislation on a worldwide scale, Mika will truly set the tone. As of the 30th of June, the rules will begin to apply to stablecoins, and yes, they have previously been approved. However, throughout the latter part of this year, tokens and service providers will be subject to this change. At this point, you might be wondering, Nick, why you are bringing this problem up again. The topic is going to be discussed by us in the near future. Take a look at this. What are your thoughts on the ways in which other regions will approach the regulation of cryptocurrency? As a result, I believe that Mika, in conjunction with the recent pronouncements made by the SEC and CTC, will really set the tone for the regulation of cryptocurrencies all around the world. For this reason, the crypto asset business and the digital asset industry as a whole need to adhere to the same criteria that are applicable to traditional marketplaces in terms of governance, transparency, and the prevention of market abuse.